Hi, everybody. This is Amy Lane from the Connecticut Women's Consortium. And today I have a very special guest with me that I'm going to ask some great questions to. So this is Eileen Russo, and Eileen is a trainer with us. And she trains on all different topics, and she's just kind of like our go-to trainer. She's got a wealth of knowledge, and she's a great friend to all the staff. She's great. So I'm just going to, Eileen, ask you some questions, and we'll just like see where this all goes. So how are you today, Eileen?
I'm fine. I see that we're both very attractive today in our matching headsets.
I ran and got mine. So Eileen, let's just get this off with, how long have you been training here at the Consortium?
I've been training for the Consortium for about 14 years. I've been involved in the statewide trauma initiative for 20 years and been training on those topics for 14, 15 years.
So it's kind of like a partnership, right?
Yes, yeah. And it has been from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's great. Can you describe your next training in the next 10 to 15 words, let's say? I know you do so many different trainings, so your upcoming training is supervising staff.
Right. So the upcoming training is trauma-informed supervision. And describing this training, it's based on my own experience of being a new supervisor and not having any idea of what I was doing. And that was 30 years ago.
Right. And so how do you keep changing your trainings? Because obviously, if you've been doing this training for many years.
Well, this particular training is relatively new. I've done this for the last couple of years, and in some ways it's a dream come true because it's something that I've always thought about, is that in our field of helping people, we generally get promoted to a supervisory position because we are a good practitioner. So we're a good social worker or counselor or therapist, and we get promoted without any skills or training to go along with it. The assumption is, well, if you're good at one thing, you'll be good at this thing. And that's not necessarily the case.
Right. And so can you give us like maybe a little snippet of what you cover in this training?
So the training is designed for new supervisors, although I find that people who have been supervisors for a long time still sign up for the training because they haven't had any formal training in how to be a supervisor, or perhaps they want a refresher. And so what I cover is a leadership style. I ask everybody to discover what their leadership or supervisory style is. And I fold everything into the basic principles of being trauma-informed, which is safety, trustworthiness, choice, collaboration, and empowerment. Normally, we talk about those principles and how it relates to client care, but in this training, I take those principles and relate it to what does it really mean to use those principles in a supervisory situation.
Okay. And Eileen, I know besides you doing these trainings, you also teach at a college. So tell us a little about that.
So I am the program coordinator for the Drug and Alcohol Recovery Counselor program over at Gateway Community College in New Haven. And surprisingly to me, I found myself once again being in a supervisory position after being out of being a supervisor for a number of years, but the program coordinator retired, and so here I am just finishing my first year as program coordinator. But I've been teaching for Gateway Community College for 14 years.
Oh wow, so about the same amount of time as the consortium, being with the consortium. That's great.
Right. Yeah.
So now you're obviously doing some virtual trainings. online trainings.
Yes, yep.
So how has that impacted your training style?
Well,
It hasn't.
yeah, I think, at least I hope, based on the feedback that I received from the first round of training, it didn't seem to really change my training personality. What has changed though is, how to engage people in training and to have it be interactive so that somebody is not just staring at a computer screen for a long period of time. So I had to rethink how I would do different activities, for example.
Are you, so you include different exercises to keep people motivated?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
And
it can be a long day, right?
right. So I use the same kinds of things online that I would do if we were face to face, which is I use breakout sessions, so small group sessions, or maybe just talking to one other person, or having people think about something or write about something. So I use similar exercises. It's just done a little differently because we're doing this virtually.
Right, right. And I have to say, Eileen, you've done a fantastic job, changing your platform. I mean, really, I mean, we all just kind of we had to kind of like just jump in and do it, you know.
Yep.
And you really never know how it's going to go. And it's been great for the consortium, and it's been great for our trainers. I think it's challenged them and made them go to places that they never thought that they would go, or even that they wanted to go. So I give a lot of credit to all of our trainers who've been able to do that.
Yeah.
So I think that's it. So is there anything else that you want to add, Eileen?
No, I just look forward to seeing whoever it is that signs up for training and continued work with the consortium. You know that I think that you're all wonderful, been very helpful and supportive throughout all the years. There's been a lot of changes and ups and downs, and it's been a great partnership.
That's great. That's great. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Eileen, and we will see you at the next training.